Hi there, it's that time again for Noon Right. And today's little prelude to Noon Right is a little bit different. I just wanted to show everybody what I'm doing. And these have just arrived from Israel, and they are sycamore fig cuttings. And as many of you know, the sycamore fig was and is sacred to Hathor and Isis and Nut, among other tree goddesses. And these are cuttings that I'm going to be attempting to root and then ultimately plant, so we have hopefully at least one sycamore fig tree here. And I'm doing this for several reasons. First of all, I love sacred trees, as probably everybody has figured out by now. And secondly, when I was in Egypt at the Temple of Hathor at Dendra, near the Temple of Isis at Dendra, they have a sycamore fig. And it is supposed to be very good for all sorts of skin disorders. And that's something that I do suffer from. And so our wonderful group leader, Normandy Ellis, who's this incredible writer. If you don't know her work, you must. She wrote Awakening Osiris, Dreams of Isis, Feasts of Light, many, many other really important books. She, pulled me over to this tree and said, we must go here and you must put this on your skin. And so I went over there, and there were some of the local guards by the tree, and they were all too willing to help us get some of the juice from the tree. And the way they did this was really, to my eyes and ways of thinking, quite brutal, because they picked up a stone and literally hit the trunk of the tree. And this little tree, I don't know if it's been there since the time of ancient Egypt, but it may well have been. It obviously was a stunted version of a sycamore fig, and it just looks like it's hanging on and has been hanging on for centuries. But nonetheless, before I could stop it, and they had hit the bark of the tree, and we were all, pressing up against these wounds in the tree, which were emitting this white latex-like substance. And so I put the substance on my problem areas, and it seemed to, it didn't hurt or anything. It seemed to be very benevolent from the very beginning. And during the rest of the time in Egypt, my skin improved. And so I was really very excited to see if I could find, sycamore fig extract or something like that. It really doesn't exist in a very good form at all. So what I ended up doing was looking to see if I could get a sycamore fig tree here in the United States, and no luck. Very few grow anywhere here, and no nursery actually provides them. And so I thought, well, what am I going to do? But in my searches, I found on Etsy this one person that was providing sycamore fig tree cuttings mainly for people who do bonsai trees. I thought, boy, most people who know me know that I'm not probably the greatest gardener you've ever met. And so I was very reluctant to do this, but I also had mixed feelings, do I want to grow some poor little tree just with the idea that it can help me, but these trees have a long tradition of healing, and certainly many temples have the sycamore figs. And those, by the way, are spelled like sycamore. We hear of sycamore trees, that's a totally different thing. These are sycamore figs, and they end up having figs cluster on their trunk, and they grow in a very interesting way. And those figs themselves have to be cut so that they ripen properly, so it's a very intensive thing, and It was a job in ancient Egypt. You had your sycamore fig guy who would come and cut your fig, make a little cut in the fig, and then a few days later it'd be ripe. And so it was actually something of a little bit of an industry back when conditions in Egypt were more favorable to the sycamore figs. Because even now in Egypt, it's not that favorable because it's so hot and can be so dry. And I really don't know how the little sycamore tree manages near the Temple of Isis at Dendera. And all I had to offer back was all of my water. And so I did, pour out all of my water, and then some of the other women that we were with also did. So at least the poor little thing got watered that day. While I was there, a drop from where they had hit the tree fell on my bag, which I just bought in Egypt, which was made of cotton and has a lovely lotus on. But the drop fell on my bag, and initially that drop was just like the white latex, but almost immediately started turning this creamy golden color, and then with more time it turned this red color. So it looked like a kind of waxy drop of blood on my purse, and I preserved that throughout the rest of Egypt, and I have it here, and if I thought ahead I would show that to you. But it really felt like this sacred drop had fallen on my bag, and so I have preserved that. And as we were finally leaving that area of the tree, I found on the ground a dried leaf from it, and it looked like it was a fairly fresh leaf, and so I also preserved that as a talisman. So I'm going to try to grow sycamore fig trees here, and those of you who know Isis Oasis, we actually have an amazing collection of trees, some of which were planted by Luther Burbank, or said to be planted by him, the famous naturalist. And we have some unusual varieties that thrive here that really shouldn't. There's an odd seedless avocado, that the avocados grow like this. They're very long and thin. There's a white fig tree up in the campground area, which also has, thrives and still produces figs. And we have a number of other general fig trees. The sycamore fig is a little bit different, but I'm hoping, since those fig trees are doing well here without much intelligent care, I have to say, since they're thriving, I'm hoping that this one will too, and that these little cuttings do thrive. Under good conditions, they're supposed to get huge. They're supposed to be, these massive, massive trees, but certainly the one that I benefited by in Egypt at the Temple of Isis was not a very big one. So wish me luck on this. You can follow up with me, ask me how my trees are doing. That might remind me to go take care of them. I'm going to have to, get rooting hormone and get special mix and everything. So I'm hoping that those do start to thrive. Anyway, that's enough on sycamore trees for the moment. Isis, it can be called Lady of the Sycamore. It was specifically very much a big title of Hathor, and some of her priestesses were specifically Hathor, Lady of the Sycamore, and it was the sycamore fig tree that they were talking about, and that she was supposed to be administering her milk from. And you've seen probably the image of Isis or Nut or Hathor in the tree and kind of handing out vessel milk, and I think that refers to the latex of the tree, which was so beneficial to me. So I'm very much becoming a bit of a priestess of the sycamore fig, and I hope that this is a successful path for me to take. Anyway, and now let us begin. Divine Isis, goddess of 10,000 names, I invoke your grace. Come to our temple, O goddess, dwell in our shrine. Make our hearths your altars, our hearts your home. Bring vision and healing to those who use this shrine. Give us wisdom and unveil the truth, and with thy feathery wings protect us. Breathe into us the breath of life and health and strength. It is noon, let us celebrate the moon. Let us celebrate the stars, no matter where they are. It is noon, let us celebrate the sun that shines on everyone. Let us celebrate our day as we go upon our way. It is noon, it is noon, it is noon. I have to say I'm so glad to be singing the noon song for all of you. Right now, although technically we could have congregants in our temple, it is actually forbidden by government fiat for us to sing or to chant in a group, because they have found that that is contributing to what they call super spreader events, and that tiny particles are more likely to come out when you're singing and they go farther. And so we are actually forbidden to do such things if we have people around. So you're getting the best experience you could be having, that is if you like the singing, by observing it from afar. So I'm glad to do that for you. Alrighty. And now it's time for our 3 words. Let's see. We've got lots of words coming in. Hello, everyone. Hi, Carla. I know you watch on your lunch break at the hospital. Thank you for doing so. Margarita. Marky is saying blessings to goddesses. Blessings to goddesses, blessings to goddesses, blessings to goddesses. Bilal and Amalia, hello. Phoenixa, let's embrace tolerance. Those are good 3 words. Let's embrace tolerance. Let's embrace tolerance. Let's embrace tolerance. And peace, love, and music. Yes, from Jeffrey, peace, love, and music. Peace, love, and music. Peace, love, and music. All right, and let's see if there's any other words coming through right now. I don't see any, but another powerful week, another powerful week, another powerful week, another powerful week. I have to say I always enjoy doing the Monday noon rite. It just feels like we're starting up again, a new cycle is emerging, and I enjoy that. So, okay, somebody else is saying, let's see, it's coming in a little different. Okay, courage, cheer, and charity. Well, that's lovely. Those ring together. Courage, cheer, and charity. Courage, cheer, and charity. Courage, cheer, and charity. Alrighty. All right, and I am going to light some incense for us in the air quarter. Begin. Let us honor the east, element of air with the winds ever blowing. And we honor the south, element of fire with the flames ever glowing. And a little pause, let's get some flame going here. For the south. With its little house. There we go. And we honor the West, element of water with the rivers ever flowing. And we honor the North, element of earth with the seeds ever growing. And we honor the spirits above and below with the wisdom ever knowing. And we honor our bodies both without and within with a love forever showing. For we come into this world with all these gifts and more, our very own special essence. Let us thank the goddess for that which she bestows. Let us go forth refreshed and renewed with dedication to preserve and protect all life. For we are all children of Isis, the great mother goddess. Alrighty. And today being Monday, it is our day for miracles. And so come up with anything that you feel really needs strong divine intervention. And I am still praying for the end of this horrible pandemic, and that it may end swiftly and soon, and that those that are truly suffering from it are healed, and that all have better outcomes than expected. And I like that phrase when we're doing healings, because especially when we can't check in with people on how they want to be healed, if they want to be healed. Some people's karma is very bizarre. They may not embrace healing, but to have a better outcome than expected, I feel is the kind of blessing that you can give to anyone, and it doesn't violate anything that they may be feeling. Because I think, who wants a worse outcome? Nobody. So if you pray for them that they have a better outcome than anticipated or a better outcome than expected, however they see that better outcome is up to them. And energetically, you are merely assisting what they want to do and to make it better. So I think that's a safe blessing when you're dealing with distance healing, or you hear of something, in the paper or on the news or on the internet that you want to help with, and yet you're not sure that you have the quote-unquote right to do so. Praying and sending energy for a better outcome than expected, I don't see a downside to that. And that supports everyone's individuality, it supports their own choices, and it allows you to express that natural human and priest or priestessly urge to heal. And that you can do it in that way without the worry. And someone else is asking for financial wholeness, please. Financial wholeness, please. Yes, we'll all ask for financial wholeness, please. Financial wholeness, please. One more extra, financial wholeness, please. May we all have what we need to survive and thrive in these challenging times. And I see that Timothy is joining us. Hello. And a new safe home, a new safe home, a new safe home, a new safe home for Jesse and Jamie. All right, and preferably with a pool. So anyway, all right. Any other 3 words or requests for the manifestation of a miracle? Okay. Well, I pray for that miracle of a new safe home, and for financial wholeness for all of us, and for healing for all those who need it and want it. Okay. Nothing else seems to be coming in. Alrighty. And so I believe we are going to converse with awareness. Okay. Number 33, a master number. I converse with awareness. I converse with awareness. I converse with awareness. And Lady Lorianne writes, conversations are an interesting subject to study. When you begin to think about it, it boggles the mind. There are so many variables and possibilities of how a conversation might begin and the direction that it might take. It is a very important aspect of our lives, and yet we often forget about how it affects others. Dwell for a while and begin to actually be aware of how you converse, the kinds of things you say, and why. What is it that you are conveying in each conversation? Have you noticed that when you meet someone, there are various feelings about how you end up greeting one another? Sometimes they are estranged from you, and other times they're very warm and welcoming. Become aware of how these dichotomies are played out in your daily life. Classes in nonviolent communication are popular now because many do not know how to address other people, and they want to become more aware. Yes, it's ever more important to speak with sensitivity. Sometimes that can be a challenge, and yet it is the direction that we are all going in and that we must be aware of. So conversing with awareness, especially in these times where it's so easy to be upset and we're all stressed in ways that we really have not experienced before as a planet, it's very important to be aware of how we converse and to, I think, be gentler in all ways when we're talking with others. All right. And Amalia is asking for healing and peace. Healing and peace. Healing and peace. Healing and peace. All right. Is there anything else that anyone has? Any questions or additional requests? Well, may all these heartfelt desires be met. Nothing else is coming in, so we'll close. As always, we give thanks to Our Lady Lorianne, who established all of this, and I think I'll put this one back on the main altar. I love this photo of her, and she just looks so queenly in her lavender dress with the Hathor sistrum and the beautiful leather crown that our priestess Mana created, and I just really enjoy this photo of her too. I like the one of her younger too, so I can't quite decide or make up my mind. So there's no reason we can't have them both. And she fits in underneath those beautiful orchids that someone donated to us, and so there we are. And to all of our teachers, Lady Olivia among them, Lord Strathlock, all of those who have taught us and guided us and shared with us their knowledge and given us their mentorship, we give our thanks and ask their blessings. And to the gracious goddess Isis, in whom all things are possible, we give our thanks and we ask your blessings. And to each and every one of us, for all that we do, both here and in the world, may our efforts be blessed. May our results be abundant, and may we go forth from this rite refreshed and renewed. Goddess bless us all. Take care.